Alright, what's going on, guys? I'm Maury,
Mark, and Dave from the Erie Better Beer Bureau. Today we got one from the Funky Buddha down in Florida. This is their Maple Bacon Coffee Porter. And this one here, it's actually their first beer. I want to say that they bottled. I want to say they're mostly brewery only,
they're known
kind of
for,
tap
that's
beers
for sure.
released. Yeah, it's kind of a cult following. I'm smelling maple from here.
Yeah.
This one runs in at 6.4%. It is a porter brewed with maple, coffee, and natural flavors. I'm also assuming there's some probably smoked malts in there to get the bacon flavor.
you would think.
So we're going to get into this one for you and tell you what we think.
Ooh,
Wow,
there's the maple.
I actually get the maple.
I get a lot of maple.
It's right there.
I get a lot of maple. I get a little bit of coffee.
Definitely coffee.
Yeah, and a little bit of smoke. Not much.
Yeah, it's
Not
more
much.
of like a smoked malt, which, you know, it doesn't, it's not overwhelming.
It just
kind of a
smells
good
like
thing.
some sausage just sitting next to your maple pancakes.
Yeah,
really.
yeah, it's like maple sausage. Yeah, I get that, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not overly smoky, but there's a hint of it there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good bit of sweetness on the aroma, too.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
There's-
there's that sweet kind of molasses-like thing going on.
So I'm almost getting like chocolate.
Yeah, I get
Yeah,
some,
no,
I get some
I get
chocolate,
chocolate.
I get some maple syrup,
It almost like
some
that,
smoke.
you know, there's a little bit of bitterness in the aroma to
Right.
help balance the sweetness a little bit. We'll see if it carries over to the taste.
Yeah.
Cheers.
It's smoky.
It is smoky.
Smoky.
It's
Maple
not.
sweetness.
It's not. It doesn't have that intense like smoked malt
Right.
character like some smoked
it's
beers
there.
do. It's definitely there.
I think the maple syrup kind of balances that smoke
It
out.
does, and I definitely get maple on this.
Yeah, I'm getting more coffee and chocolate on the flavor than I did on the aroma.
Yep.
I feel like the aroma was a little heavy on the maple.
Yeah, I'm getting a pretty good amount of coffee.
Yeah, I'm
Especially towards the middle is
Yeah,
where it really
bitterness,
pops
yeah.
out.
yeah, and but I tell you what, it's not just tasting like it was brewed with maple syrup. I feel like they squirted maple syrup in the bottle.
bottle, yeah.
Like it definitely is a pretty. You know, a lot of maple beers kind of tout that they brew it with maple syrup, but I feel like this one, you actually get it. You get it on the aroma and you get it on the flavor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, you know, if they made this with a stout, you know, a lot of the flavors might have been subdued a little bit. So I think putting this with a porter, I think that was a good
A
idea.
little thinner body.
A little thinner body, all the flavors just
Yeah,
burst.
they do. They pop.
Yeah.
And you know, there is a nice balance, just like kind of on the aroma of sweetness and bitterness.
It
You
is,
get that
yeah, it's-
bitterness from the coffee,
Yep.
and you get that sweetness from the maple, and you know, I mean, it's a real drinkable beer.
You know, the aroma, I mean, it follows, you know, the taste follows the aroma pretty much. I mean, once it warm up a little bit here, I'm getting a little bit more of the chocolate.
Yeah.
Definitely that coffee finish, a little bit of that maple sweetness. It has it all. I mean, it's a pretty damn good beer. 4.5.
All right, I agree with a lot of what Mark said, but I'm going to go a little lower. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I think it's an outstanding beer, and you know, a 4 is an outstanding score. You get a little bit of everything, like we talked about in the review. I'm getting the maple, I'm getting a smokiness, I'm getting some coffee, and it's a really nice balance, you know. And the body's just about right for a porter. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm going to go split the difference. I'm going 4.25. I think it's just too well crafted and there's too many awesome flavors to go any lower than a 4.25. You know, and I'm almost leaning towards 4.5, but I'm just feeling like it's just short of a world-class beer. And I really like the flavors. You know, for me, if it had a little bit more bitterness to balance out the maple sweetness as I'm going through the beer, the chocolate's coming out more, The maple is a lot more prevalent, and it's definitely lingering on my palate. And I could just use a little bit more coffee or maybe a little bit more roasted malt in here to balance out that sweetness. But it is definitely an outstanding beer. I'm going 4.25.
Till next time, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.